Hello, guys. Welcome back to another Eurovox Live. Tonight we are gonna talk about Sanremo still. We are in the second night. Tonight will be the third. So, welcome, Harry, that is gonna
Hello.
join me today still. So, yesterday night we saw the first top five of the televote and the radio jury. Of course, we have to remember the first night we saw the top five of the Sala Stampa, so the press jury. And even if we saw somebody, even if we saw, of course, two different top five, we saw somebody that was still in the top five of yesterday night. So let's try to remember a little bit how last night was. And in fifth place last night, we saw Mahmood with Tuta Gold. Fourth place, Loredana Bertè with Pazza. Third place, Annalisa with Sinceramente. Second place, Irama, Tu No. First place, Geolier with, and I am gonna struggle here because I'm not from Naples, and this song is in Neapolitan dialect, Ibe me tu per te. So, somebody stayed in the top five, somebody got out, somebody went in. Harry, what are your thoughts?
It's an interesting dynamic for the shift between the two sets of votes. Obviously, some songs were not competing that were pretty high up last night, so that would have pushed some others in. I wouldn't say it's it was a surprising top five. Maybe the order was slightly surprising, but
Mm,
considering the top two didn't even make the top five of night one.
mm.
But overall, it's one of those. I find it's one of those top fives which tells us a lot of things, but also tells us nothing when it comes to
Exactly.
the final result. It's so wide open this year, Sanremo, so many
Yes,
potential outcomes.
yes, exactly. What is I always said it. When it comes to Sanremo, we cannot make predictions right with the televote, with the juries, right before we know the top five. Because when we know the top five, we know pretty much a little bit how the three juries that are, let's remember, press jury, radio jury, and televote are gonna vote. And in that top five, in the final five of Saturday night, we are gonna understand a little bit better how, at least the order of the top five, because right now we cannot understand anything, because maybe, for example, Annalisa became first with the radio juries, but later Geolier won surprisingly the televote, and then this disparity is not even shown to us. We cannot know. We don't know any kind of numbers. We just know the placements. So, I, of course, will not say my favorite. Sincerely, I will not say my favorite. Sincerely, I'm rooting for someone, but I will not sincerely tell which is my favorite.
Now,
Uh,
Samuela, my Italian isn't great, but I'm pretty sure I know which one
exactly.
sincerely
No, no,
translates to.
you really cannot understand what I'm saying right now. You cannot understand. So let's go into the comments because we have some comments. Uh, Daniele Clemente is always here with us. When I'm here, Daniele is here. Hello, ciao. Hi, Forza Napoli. Yes, for somebody. Hi, Harry. Right, Bailey.
Hello, Ray Bailey.
Yeah, right, Bailey. I was so happy to see Ramen top five. Is my favorite this year, and I think he even deserves to become top three in the end. We are gonna talk about this in a few minutes. Sincerely, I have no clue who is Samuel's favorite, of course, because sincerely, I don't. I am not gonna tell you. My faves are An Mahmoud and Annalise, and you are sincerely right. I would say. So Harry,
Now,
let's talk
okay,
about.
hang on, Samuele. Just to clarify, there you're doing like at least another like three live streams. Are you doing that joke the entire time, or
No,
is this?
it's just tonight because I
Oh,
and that's it.
I was
Uh,
gonna say.
so it's pretty clear what who I'm rooting for, and I have my top. later in the live, we're gonna, of course, say our thoughts on our top five. But yes, so let's talk about the top five that came out last night. So in fifth place, we still have Mahmood. That is actually, I was not expecting Mahmood to go well with the televote, I would say, because in this last years, Mahmood has struggled with the general audience in Italy. And I thought that maybe coming back to Sanremo so early could influence the views of the general public as well in his own regards. What do you think about Mahmood, Harry?
Well, first of all, I think it's safe to say that Mahmoud is trying the most extravagant outfits so far in both nights of Sanremo, which I am enjoying. I feel like when you mentioned about the potential recency bias when it comes to the televote, I feel like if your song is good enough, that clearly doesn't matter. And for me, Tuta Gold, arguably his best entry to Sanremo. I don't care
Yeah,
Soldi came second,
yeah,
won Sanremo, or he's
yeah.
won Sanremo twice at the end of the day. He that entry so modern, so fresh, something you would hear on the Italian charts. It's also probably the closest you can hear to his other entries outside of Sanremo,
Yes.
and I think it's fantastic. I really do. Will it win the whole Sanremo? It's within a shout, but then again, so is like 10 other songs. But it's very much a fantastic song, which hopefully has continued success well after Sanremo.
Yes, actually, I was also pretty, yeah, I was pretty surprised with also the how good Mahmood is going with the Spotify streams. For example, he's third right now in the Italian charts, and yeah, I it has been 2 years since he won with Brividi, and most of that success in 2022 was mainly because of Blanco and not because of him, sadly, because Mahmoud is a great artist. And I think that we have such great Sanremos in these last years. We have such a modern songs and novelties, thanks precisely to his win in 2019. So because before, yes, we had Occidentalis Karmas, that was a novelty for Sanremo, a novelty for Italy, but we stayed pretty much traditional to what Italy is expected to serve in Europe and in Eurovision. But this year, starting from 2019 and from Mahmoud, I think Sanremo actually made a switch, and the Italian music industry actually restarted from that moment. I have to say that the song is brilliant. The chorus is really catchy. Cinque cellulari nella tuta gold, ne chiamerò tu tu. It's really, really, really catchy. It reminds me a little bit of the clap clap in Soldi, but
Yeah.
still, I think that this song is even better than Soldi. And Soldi is my favorite Italian act ever in Eurovision. I would be. I wanted, like, before Sanremo this year, 100% wanted a woman to win, and I still want a woman to win because it's time for Italy to send a woman to Sanremo. But I think that if we have to send a man, let's send again Mahmoud, because this song is Eurovision friendly. It's Eurovision ready. It's ready. I saw a lot of comments on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube from the Eurovision bubble, from people abroad, and it's currently the most streamed song of Sanremo abroad, outside of Italy. So good for my love Mahmoud. Let's say what the chat is saying. Sorry, can stay. I'm currently filming Eurovision reactions. Good, Ray Bailey. Thank you for staying with us a little bit. Mahmoud is a songwriting genius. Daniele say it is also 3 minutes, so it doesn't need a cut. So let's go on with the top five from yesterday. In the fourth position, we had Loredana Bertè that won the first night with the Sala Stampa, with the press. And I have to say that I was not expecting her to come and slay the televote. For example, I was not expecting her to triumph in the televote and the jury and the radios. But yeah, the song, of course, she's an icon in Italy. Everybody knows her. She has a great career. She has had a great career, and yeah, she's a really good favorite this year. I am not expecting her to arrive in the top five. in the end, because I think in the end the televote and the radio juries most of all will actually leave her a little bit behind in favor of somebody else. This is my bold prediction. But if she comes, it's because she's a really talented artist, with a history behind her back, and everybody in Italy love her. So, what are your thoughts, Harry?
I think very similar to you. It's a perfectly fine song. It's maybe one that doesn't connect quite with me. I'm not totally convinced by the performance. It feels quite static, but it's not bad. I'm happy to see her, and she's doing so well within the top four in both. However, I think come Saturday there will be 5 other songs that people prefer,
Yes.
at least.
But I think that already, not really 100%, but we can actually predict possible final top five for Sanremo in a random order, and maybe we are gonna leave the live with our own prediction, with our own top five in general, because we already heard all the 30 songs, so we are ready to, and we are like in the second day, so we streamed them, we heard the studio version, so we pretty much know which ones our favorites, and we want to know your favorites in the comments, and we are gonna try to share them live. And of course, we are going to try to predict for us a possible final five. Of course, we just saw the second performance of the first 15 acts. Tonight, we are going to see the final 15 acts. I think she will still be in the super final. Okay, it's a prediction, totally understandable, because she was first night and fourth yesterday. So yeah. So going on, we have third Annalisa with Sinceramente. Annalisa is still, I think, a clear favorite, even if she came third last night. I don't know what went wrong, but she has. I don't know, I'm sorry, but she has everything in her favor right now, because she's second in Spotify. She is really high in YouTube, and she's actually first in Italian airplay. So it's the official ranking of the most streamed songs in the radio. So she's first, and Geolier, that is first currently, is not even in the top five of the radios. So we cannot really understand what happened yesterday for the radios, because we don't have, as we were saying before, the percentages and the votes. But what is your take, Harry?
So I completely agree that this is a contender to win based on the hype amongst the fans and Annalisa as an artist. I personally would be slightly underwhelmed if this won.
Mhm.
This has moments of greatness. I am not denying that. There is some goosebump moments in there. There's some subtle power which I enjoy. That being said, I find the chorus a bit weak. I find
Exactly.
I lack the power in that
Mhm.
chorus. So being third both nights is interesting. I think for Annalisa fans, it would have been nice, I think, for them to see it come first in one of those categories
Or
combined.
at least, I would
To,
say at least second,
at
because
least second, yeah.
at
Because
least second.
at the end of the day, as much as Loredana has now since finished below her in one of those categories, there are 4 songs that have now finished above. So you've got 4 potential contenders that have beaten her in certain categories.
Yeah.
So look, it's
Never-
still a contender to win, absolutely. Although I feel like if this was to go to Eurovision, I don't think by Italy standards it would do as well as people would want it to.
a bold prediction, but yeah, no, it's completely right. I would, of course, the song is 3 minutes 30, so we would need a slight revamp. It would need to be cut. Maybe they would adjust it as they did with Due Vite last year. They could make it even more modern, more radio friendly, more Eurovision friendly, and I think that if she eventually won, and I can I don't want to say it because it brings bad luck in Italy. But I might expect a slight revamp and a slight cut, as in line with Due Vite last year. So I think that they would prefer to cut, for example, the first part of the song, the first verse, and maybe shorten the first chorus. Maybe doing the quando just one time instead of two, for making the bridge arrive faster, because it's the bridge in which the song becomes like, I don't know, it becomes really, really majestic.
Comes alive. It comes alive.
Yeah, from the moment the bridge starts, the song becomes something else, becomes even more energetic, and it could be a great moment in Malmo, because I see that these lights, this. I see everything. I just want to be in Annalisa's team right now to just do her staging in Malmo. I'm so just projected there, but still we have to see. So, Claudia, I will try to translate. The song, Annalisa's song, seems like a mix of Raffaella Carrà song mixed with a track by Kylie Minogue. I don't see her really good in Eurovision, but if she beats Joliet, is it it's okay. Yeah, agree with Samuel that the bridge is the moment. Yes, and bold take, she will probably be at least second. That is what I'm going to. I think that she, in general, will arrive in top three. It's. I think it's clear by now. She is the one, the girl to beat. Apart from, of course, the great favorites that are right now. It's one. It is a man, and we're gonna see who he is. But yeah, she's currently third in the odds. But I would say that with Sanremo, we don't really have to watch the odds in general, because it's really
Would you be
unpredictable.
saying that if Annalisa was first in the odds?
No,
Okay.
of course, I would say it even there. No, but yeah, every single year is like this. This year resembles a little bit, I would say, to 2021, when the run for the win was still really open.
I agree.
We didn't have such an open year for about 4 years now, because in 2022 we had such a clear winner, it was Brividi. Last year we had a clear winner, it was Due Vite. So since Maneskin won, we have not been having a clear favorite for the win. And I think that everything, as I was saying before, will come down to, first of all, a really big indication. We will have a great indication on Friday night, because all the three juries will vote, even if it's not the official songs, but will be covers. We will have a little bit of the general figure in which the three juries are going to vote, and then of course we are going to have this final top five that will be the in which the calculations will start to run. So yeah, it could be now or never for Annalisa. Yes, this is true. I think that if Annalisa doesn't win this year, she's unlikely to compete again in the near future. And yeah, she tried everything. She tried ballads, she tried up tempo, she tried emotional ballads, she tried more with a banger ballad, and now she tried with this kind of up tempo. So I think that she tried everything that she could. She's in her best moment, because all of her recent tracks came viral and are stormed the Spotify streams and YouTube visuals. So yes, if it's her moment, it's now. Let's see who completes the top five, and let's talk about them together. Irama and first Joliet.
So, what do you want to discuss, Joliet first or Rama?
Well,
Sorry. When you say first Joliet, you mean he came first. Okay.
yeah, it came first.
Sorry. So, I mean, when it comes to Rama, he really can do no wrong for me in Sanremo. I love all four of his entries, and this is no exception. There is nothing wrong with simplicity of a man simply having a raspy, powerful voice, singing his lungs out. It's a fantastic ballad, I think it's the best ballad of Sanremo, one of the best ballads we have in this national final season. I say that in inverted commas because I know Sanremo isn't technically a national final, but look, this is fantastic. I would love this to get. This will be as much as I love Mahmood, this will be my male pick to go to Eurovision if we have to have one. At the very least, can we get him into the second round? How he has not got there once, I have no idea. At least get him there, please,
I think that
Italians.
this is the year he comes in the top five, at least, because last time I think that last time he came the top five, it was just the top three.
Okay.
If
I know he was close, but I can't remember where exactly
he
he
was
finished.
fourth. with
Oh, okay.
his last attempt was fourth, if I remember correctly. But I don't remember if it was, no, it was 2 years ago, right? If I remember.
2022, yeah.
Yes. So I think it was still the top three. That's that
Okay.
year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I probably think Irama is gonna be top five, and if he's gonna be top five, my prediction would be that he will be around fifth or fourth, mainly because the Sala Stampa, the press will rate him a little bit lower than other songs that I see around the top five. We didn't see him in the top five with the Sala Stampa the first night. I probably think that he might have had a slot in around the 10th, 8th place. If I know because I know the patterns pretty much of what the Sala Stampa likes, and Irama eats everybody, all the demographics pretty much. I think the main target for him are teenagers, pretty much, and girls most of all. Usually they are. He has a big fandom, you know. He when he does concerts, every concert is full, every date is full. So yeah, I would be happy to see him in the top five, but still, I don't think that the radios. First of all, the radios will rank him normally, but the Sala Stampa will rank him pretty low. I would say it's a bold prediction, but it's mine prediction, knowing how how the press supported him in different years. And for example, this year resembles a lot as 2022 in terms of song. I think even this year is better than in 2022. My favorite from him was in 2021. Amazing song. No, yes, it was
Yeah,
2021.
2021.
La Genesi del tuo colore. It's my favorite. I wanted it to win, absolutely. But yes, this is a little bit like I want something else from a ballad to win. Even if I'm a big ballad boy and you know it, uh, I don't want the ballads to represent Italy this year. I want something else. I want a cumbia, maybe. I want Angelina Mango, maybe as well. We are going to talk about it later. But yeah, Irama, it's all age demographics, and it is this year's only ballad in the running to win. Yeah, because for example, we have other ballads. We have another big contender for the ballad of the year. It is, of course, Alessandra Amoroso that will sing tonight. We are gonna see how she will do with the televote because she has a really big fandom, but her glory years were a little bit back. Well, whereas around like 2013, 2016, that age. So Irama, always love Italian raw and passionate ballads and performance. Can do wrong. Yeah, I can see that. I loved Due Vite. I loved all the ballads that we brought to Eurovision. I just don't want to see another male ballad this year because it would be compared to Due Vite last year. It would be put against, for example, Sliman this year. So I think that Euro fans still love Italian ballads, but are a little bit over them. I would see personally, I would like to see something else. But of course, if he wins, I would be glad because it's a beautiful song. He sings it really good. Even if I think that in Sanremo he lacked a little bit of stage presence these 2 days that we saw them. So first, yesterday night came Geolier. It was pretty much expected. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody was hyping the song as well. He won. I think he won the televote by far. And of course, he won the televote because it appealed to a certain category of people that really like rap and also maybe love because he's a rapper. This song is a little bit more pop, but usually he sings more, he raps more. So I think that also he concentrated a lot of the southern televote in his hands, and that's why he's really high. And he's first, of course. He's first with the televote, of course. But with the radio juries, I would not predict anything because I don't know how the radio jury works. I still have to figure it out. So thoughts about Joliet?
So when it comes to comparing this like Annalisa, for example, I don't completely connect with Annalisa. I don't love it as much as other fans, but I understand why it's a favorite. With Joliet, Italians, please explain. I really don't get why this is so high up. I understand, geographical reasons potentially could factor in, but if I'm focusing just on the song, it feels like a typical Italian Sanremo song that you'd see at like 14th. Like in the thing, like I remember listening to this on night one, and I was like, okay, what's next? I sort of brushed it off. This for me, it's like it's solid, it's fine, but is this by Italian standards good enough to send to Eurovision? Absolutely not.
I just think that the press jury will not allow him to win. It would be actually because half of the country is with him and half of the country hates his song a lot.
Okay.
So it is polarizing. There are no people in the middle. For example, I appreciate when a song is in a dialect because we have a lot of dialects in Italy. It's such a really uh, rich and rich in diversity. Our country is the best thing that we have. Our diversity in such a small country. And I appreciate that he's singing Neapolitan because Neapolitan is such a pretty language. It's actually a language because it's complete or almost completely different from Italian. I cannot understand anything from his song, so I would be represented by someone that I don't know what he's singing about. But yeah, I love when a good song is in a dialect or in a local language, but this time is I'm just not connecting with the song. I just don't have anything to add to the song. I don't see it. I don't see the hype. I just see a lot of people voting for the artist, not voting for the song, and that sadly happens in Italy with the televote every single year. We saw it with Marco last year, even if the song was miles better, I would
Yeah.
say. But of course, we saw it when there is a big artist, the televote is right after them, even if they have a slightly underwhelming song. It is what it is. I still think that the radio jury and the press will not let him win. Most of all, in the top five, in the final top five, they will count 60 over 66% against 34 of the televote. And I also think that the televote will support him, but will support in second or third position other songs that maybe could slide in because of the other two juries. So it's still a really open race, as we were saying before. Jolier's songs are for streaming. They work in that regard. Yeah. Also, the studio version of Jolier's song is far better than what we saw in the Ariston Theater. And I am saying it that I don't like the song at all. I'm saying that the song in the Ariston Theater is not mm, is not polished even.
No.
Is not polished even. I would say that other songs gain so much from the orchestra. Angelina gains so much from the orchestra. Like the orchestra version is, I think, even better than the studio version, and the studio version is top quality. Of course, produced by Dardust and written by Madame. Of course. Also, Annalisa's song in most in the second part, from the bridge on, the orchestra elevates the song so much. I don't see Jolier's song elevated at all by the orchestra. So let's go in the comments. Yeah, I can see Joliet win. I normally would be ecstatic for my love of other languages, but yeah, it's the whole thing about meritocracy against voting for the same for the name that bothers me. This is what it bothers me a lot, and this is why I liked the Sanremo conducted by Baglioni more in the terms of televote, because when Baglioni was artistic director, the televote was only 20% in the end. So, and it should be like this in Italy. It should be like this because if not, big names get big votes no matter the song. I appreciate Joliet for bringing our language on Sanremo stage, especially knowing that sadly there are a lot of people that always hate on us Neapolitans. Kudos to him for doing his own thing. Absolutely, it's really much appreciated, and I am really happy that Amadeus changed the rules of Sanremo in order to let him participate in Neapolitan with the Neapolitan language, because before the rules said that only songs in Italian could be presented. But yeah, I would say that is not the matter of the language and not the hate on Neapolitans at all. It's just that the song is not strong enough for winning Sanremo this year. It is so strong, so strong. I think it's one of the. I would say I would use national final for now. I think it's, if in Eurovision optics, it's one of the best national selections in general as
Yeah.
quality of the songs this year. But maybe I am slightly subjective here. Uh, so let's read some other comments, and then we're gonna comment on a bit on what we are expecting for tonight and our final thoughts. Southern Italy will also have Angelina to vote. Yes, yes, of course. Agree, orchestra doesn't do any favor to Jolier's songs. In the recording, sounds amazing, polished, and expensive. I read Joliet will sing Chiagne tomorrow in the cover night is sung with Lazza. Yeah, the cover night will also be problematic for the top five because usually the public and the Sala Stampa are a little bit conservative with the covers, so they choose something more polished, something more classic. I know I don't like the song either, but I'm just talking in general about people hating on him solely because he speaks in Neapolitan. Yes, a lot of people I saw on Twitter are not quite, let's say, good with him. So, what we expect for tonight? Of course, the big name for tonight is Angelina, and I know Harry has a soft spot for Angelina's song, so I will let you tell me your opinions.
Well, let's just say this, Samuele. If you want a song out of the 30 acts that you have, there are some fantastic entries here. It's one of the best Sanremos I can remember. But if you want a song that can potentially win the whole thing in Eurovision 2024, send Angelina Mango with La Noia. It is fantastic. One of the best Italian entries I have heard in years. Personality on stage, check. Uniqueness within the verse and the chorus, check. Sounds that you haven't really heard from Italy or Eurovision in ages, check. And at the end of the day, the reason I think this is a winner and what sold me on it is that last like 30 seconds, the a cappella bit, which
Amazing.
amazing. And then the power in her vocal at the end, basically saying, I am here to win the whole effing thing is, yeah, it's a fantastic song, packed with emotion, packed with sassiness as well. I love Angelina's performance. It's amazing. This has to, I know there's other fantastic songs here. If Ilama wins, I'll be thrilled. If Mahmood wins, I'll be thrilled. They will do good results. They will continue to do. If Mahmood or Ilama win, they will continue to do good results for Italy along the similar lines. If Angelina wins, Eurovision could be heading back to Italy in 2025.
I agree. Actually, even she's my. I think that she's my favorite with Annalisa. I cannot kind of decide which is my favorite. I'm listening nonstop to both of the song. But yeah, like amazing on stage, amazing presence, production, expensive production, really good
Yes,
production of the song, really well written lyrics. Actually, the lyrics are pretty interesting, and I don't have anything to say. She was perfect on the first night, and
absolutely.
she got the second spot because just because Loredana is an icon. If Loredana would not have participated, she would have slammed the Sala Stampa, and I expect the Sala Stampa to rank her first in the final night. I would say, um, if of course Loredana is not in the final five, we have to take into consideration that as well. But yeah, I still think that this year is a woman year. I want a woman, and women have the best songs this year. It's just like this. Also, there are other big names that we didn't talk about it, but I just would like to mention Clara, for example,
Yes,
or BigMama, for example. They have really beautiful song bangers that have beautiful productions, and they are not highlighted enough in this Sanremo. This Sanremo is the Sanremo of the women. We knew it because Amadeus said it, but I want to see a woman winning. And if it's not Annalisa, Angelina, or if it's not Angelina, Annalisa, I don't care. I just want to see a beautiful, talented woman on the Malmo stage, and this would be something that Italy never sent in Eurovision. It would be completely new. It would be a cumbia, southern Mediterranean kind of sounds that I think Europeans take it and just I don't know. They just in Italian we'd say a really bad thing that I will not say, but they put it in a place, let's say in our body.
Yes,
I'm not gonna say it,
I
but
figured it out. Don't worry.
yeah, exactly. I know that you always figure my cultural references. I don't know why, but yeah, exactly. Europeans are gonna love it. I see it also being loved by Northern Europeans, by Northern Europe. Eastern Europe will eat this up
Yes.
completely. The Balkans will eat this up. Spain will eat this up. I think that we have a real winner alert with Angelina. If with Annalisa and Mahmoud, maybe we have a top five or even a top three. With Angelina, we have a winner alert for Eurovision because it's such different from what we already have in Eurovision this year, and it's really different for Italy as well. So I'm hoping she comes because she has to come first this night. She has to come first. She is the name of this night because I would say that the biggest acts we added yesterday night. Angelina is the only one that is really big tonight. I would say that also we have Mr.Rain inside here. We have potential televote gainers. We have, as I was saying before, Alessandra Amoroso. But the clear winner of the night, I would say, is Angelina, and she is acting 10th. So, if I remember correctly from last night, she will act around 11:30, 12. That is a perfect time for televote, I would say. A little bit as slightly late, but it's such a good moment for the televote because the televote is. Let's be clear. Of course, also the time you act is of course relevant for the televote because the televote in Sanremo is started at the beginning of the night and it ends at the end. It's not like in Eurovision that you have to end and wait for the end to vote for all acts. And it would be a fairer system, but it would actually reduce, I would say.
I would argue it's not completely fair considering it
You
takes about
know,
5 hours to get through all the acts. If you're performing early, you're going to be forgotten very easily.
yeah, it can be true. It can be true actually, but I still don't see the televote being open so long, being good for the artist at the end. Because in one case you will forget the first artist, but in the other case you will forget the final artist. So
At the end of the day, it's the way the Sanremo works. You would have heard the songs at least twice beforehand. They would have been
yeah,
at the end of the day. They're all charting massively. You would have likely heard the songs beforehand.
it's true. It's true.
It's one of those where the
Well,
Sanremo system works
yeah.
fine.
I'm just also talking about that kind of demographic that is not really in the. Is just a little bit. It's just focused on Sanremo as a TV show. So, for example, I'm talking about those age between 60 and 80, for example, that massively vote because those are the targets that vote. The grandmas
Yeah.
vote a lot.
Oh, they'll love Spain.
I would argue if we send the Loredana, they will be really great, good with Nebuloni as well. So yeah, this was our thought about Angelina. Of course, we have to see. We are going to talk about the third night tomorrow. But so let's go with some comments, and then we are going to wrap it up by saying our personal top five and who for now. And we are going to try also to do it tomorrow after all the acts completed at least twice. We are gonna try to make a prediction of the final five. So Anglos and Nordics are the hottest markets for Italy at Eurovision every year. Yes, it's true, actually. I'm excited for the new Angelina's outfit. Yes, she was a little bit extravagant, I would say. People already know the songs, though. Yes, it's true. It's true. Doesn't they're talking about yesterday. Aspetta. Guys, you got the title wrong. Is the third night? Yeah, we did, since Sanremo this year finishes really late, and I am the referent, let's say, of Eurovox for Sanremo. I gently asked our Andy, I call him our boss, to do the lives the day after because I really care about my mental sanity this year. So it's better
we
for.
need sleep. We need
Yeah,
sleep, of
exactly,
course.
exactly. So, Harry, your top five for now,
So my
starting
top
from fifth. Fifth.
Overall, yeah, not just from last night.
Overall, yes,
Okay,
overall.
so in my fifth, it's a lot of songs that we discussed tonight, but there's a few different ones in there. So my fifth place is The Colors with Un Lasso Una Ragazza. I butchered that, but you you know the song.
Un ragazzo, una ragazza. Yes.
My fourth is Mahmood with Tuta Gold. My third is a very beautiful song that really should be talked about more as a potential doing well is Clara with Diamanti Grezzi. In second place, it is Ilama with Tu No. And then, no surprise, my winner is in first is Angelina Mango with La Noia.
Great. My top five would be fifth, BigMama. No, Clara. I'm sorry, Diamanti Grezzi. Fourth, BigMama with La rabbia non mi basta. Beautiful song, really well produced, and with a really important lyrics as well about fat phobia and in general the anger and hate. Third, Mahmood, Tuta Gold. Second and first, Angelina Mango and Annalisa, respectively, with La Noia and Sinceramente. I cannot decide right now. I have to still process. I want to see Angelina tonight for deciding, so I rank them both first for me. So let's go with what we think will be the final five in random order.
Okay, let me think of these. Okay, so first of all, if Angelina Mango's not in that top five, I will just turn off Sanremo on Saturday. While I'm not as maybe as 100% as you, I feel like she's been in both top fives. Annalisa's probably in that top five on Saturday. This is maybe a personal thing, but I think he can also do it. Ilama, please be in that top five on Saturday. I think I've forgotten how you say his name. The guy that came first today,
Geolier.
Joliet, the televote will put him in that top five. And I feel like the final spot is either there's a few people that could get it, but I'm gonna say Mahmood gets the final one. They're the five I think would be in.
Okay, Harry, we have the same prediction actually.
Oh no, that's concerning.
I would say that the final spot is contended between Mahmoud and Loredana Bertè.
I'd agree.
Now, if, and I am saying like this, it's my personal projection. If Loredana takes it, it will be Jolier time because the Sala Stampa will vote massively for Loredana, massively. If Mahmoud takes it, we are going to see a female win. We're going to see either Annalisa or Angelina because Mahmoud will take some votes from the radio and the Sala Stampa, but the Sala Stampa, the press will divide, I think, equally between Angelina and Annalisa, and knowing the televote, Joliet will be first, and maybe one of them will be second. Maybe Annalisa will come over Irama, or Irama could be first, second, and Annalisa third, or the vice versa. The press will love Angelina, so we'll put Angelina really high. We will see what happens. But the best option for the girls is that Annalisa and Angelina will be in the top five, and no more girls, no more women, at least.
Or at least like not Loredana.
Not Loredana, exactly.
Could be other girls, but maybe not her.
Yeah, but it would be, this year is really unpredictable. I would say it's one of the strongest years ever, and it's also one of the most difficult to predict. So we will see. But this was us, guys. Thank you so much, Harry, for helping me in this. It is a nightmare to cover Sanremo usually, but thank you so much for helping me with this. We are gonna be live also tomorrow. We still don't know the hour because we still have to arrange a little bit. But we are gonna be live tomorrow covering night 3 of Sanremo and making our predictions for night 4. If you don't, of course, if you don't follow us on our social media and YouTube, smash that subscribe button. If you, of course, like our content, we provide content about the Eurovision Song Contest all the year long in all our social media platforms and on YouTube. We do lives and we cover all the national selections plus reactions. So if we like our content, follow us. Feel free to follow us. Of course, never hate comments. We always appreciate love and peace. If you have to share your opinion, you're free to do it with, of course, being kind. And that was it. Thank you so much, Harry. We are going to see each other tomorrow. And for now, bye. Ciao. Bye.